Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Maple Hill podcast. My name is Bob Kitchen. I'm one of the owners here at Maple Hill, along with my brother and my father, Andy Kitchen and Rich Kitchen. We decided to start this up. I've been having some fun doing some podcasts with other guys and doing some cool videos with some other guys, and I'll kind of get into that in a little bit. But this is our first attempt, and we're going to keep this thing rolling. We've had a lot of fun with it. We've got a lot of good feedback on it. So a little bit about myself. My name is Bob Kitchen. I'm 46 years old. I have two boys. I've only had one job my entire life. I started selling golf clubs when I was 16 years old. So I've been doing this for 30 years, well over half of my life, 2/3 of my life, I guess. I absolutely love it. I love helping people. I love selling golf clubs. I love the thrill of all that. I love that I come to work every day and I enjoy what I do. And it's really fun when you're selling something that makes other people's lives more fun or maybe less frustrating or helps them get their frustration out or all that good stuff. Golf is definitely my passion. I'd say my favorite sport is probably still basketball, but my favorite hobby is probably fishing, but I do love golf with all my heart. And it's taken me a lot of really, really cool places. I've got to be on a lot of cool golf courses worldwide, and I've got to meet a lot of really cool people, and it's really influenced my life wonderfully. And my grandpa was the one that started off buying Maple Hill back in '78 along with my dad. So I guess you could say my brother and I are third generation owners. That's kind of the background of myself. I don't want to talk too much about myself. This isn't about me, but I want to tell you kind of who I am and what I do. I manage all the golf club parts of our business, basically buying and selling golf clubs. I help with golf balls, golf shoes, golf bags, somewhat apparel, gloves, lasers, electronics, some of that stuff. A lot of that stuff's passed me by, but we have a really good staff that really knows their stuff, so I don't have to know everything about everything, but I know who to talk to if I need an answer for something. That's me. As far as my podcast background goes, I've done a few with my buddy Steve out of Indiana. He has a podcast called Two Dudes and One Cart. We've had a lot of fun with that. He gets a lot of write-in questions and that kind of thing, and Steve just basically sits there and interviews me for half an hour. I usually shoot that one from my house. And he's done a wonderful job with that. So the world's kind of going more and more podcasts. A lot of people are listening to them. So my job is to keep these podcasts informative and entertaining for you folks. We do have a lot of fun here at Maple Hill. We have 110 employees in the summertime and 60 employees in the wintertime. And we've got two locations that we sell out of. We've got 2 locations that we ship out of, another one down the street, and then we're renting 2 warehouses right now. So it's a big business. We've got a lot of stuff happening. But we're just selling golf clubs. We don't have to deal with anything too negative or too bad. Sometimes lead times are bad. That's about as bad as it gets in our world. But it's really a lot of fun, and working for your family definitely has its challenges. Anybody that's done that, and I'll have my dad on here, and I'll have my brother on the podcast here as well with me. So that's kind of the background of my podcast. And then we also teamed up with some guys called Mythbusters that are golf busters, that basically bust myths that, about golf. And I had a good talk with Jock and Ryan, and they're really, really good guys. They're young, ambitious guys, and they've got a lot of firepower to them. So I've had a lot of fun making videos with those guys, and they're getting the truth out there. And my whole goal with this whole thing really is just to get the truth out there and inform more people about what's happening and versus what is said is happening as far as in the golf world goes. There's a lot of information out there, and the amount of bad information that's out there is astounding and overwhelming. And to be perfectly honest, it drives me crazy because we run a good, honest business. That's how we've gotten to where we are. That's how we got into top 3 independent retailers in the United States and top 100 fitter in the U.S. We're the only one in West Michigan that's got that label, and we're one of 3 in the nation that sells what we sell and the volume that we sell. And that was always my dad, my grandpa's vision for Maple Hill was to buy it cheap and sell it cheap. Buy as much as you possibly can, own the market, and then sell it as cheap as you can and make a few bucks and move on to the next deal. So that's still our philosophy. We're not going to waver from that philosophy. It got us to where we are. And if you look at our feedback on Google, or if you listen to our customers, or just meet with our staff and see how happy our staff is and how loyal and wonderful our customers are, and our customer base has really become like a family to us. And that really means a lot to me too, and my family. It really does. That might sound a little sappy, but it's the God's honest truth. Like, we really treat our customers like we want to be treated ourselves. That's world-class service is our goal every single day. So, we're striving for that. We're far from perfect. We do make mistakes. There's no doubt about that. But we're striving. We have an employee meeting every single month. We talk about all the positive, negative emails, and customer reviews and all those things that we've gotten for the month. And we reward employees and we discuss ways how we can get better on different topics and that kind of thing. So we're striving every single month. I promise you that, folks. Like, that is our ultimate goal. We'll never be perfect. I'm sure that we got a lot of young people here. We got a lot of young people here that are ambitious and good human beings that really work hard and give us all they got. So, my job is to just empower them into the best possible employee in the best possible situation they can be in so that they can succeed. So, right now you can see the wall is bare. We've got a sign coming. This is a really rough draft of what's to come, but this is going to be a lot of fun. We might even get some sales reps on here and interview them at some point in time. The ultimate goal is to try to get the truth out there. We're going to try to save you money, show you the shortcuts. And then, of course, because it is Maple Hill and it is our podcast, we're going to tell you about upcoming sales and events and demo days and all those cool things that are happening around here. So people that listen to this can go, oh, okay, on April whatever, or May whatever, this is happening or that's happening. So it's going to be informative. We're going to try to make it fun. And then the basically save you money in the long haul. That's the ultimate goal, is to get you the best possible deals and get you as much information as possible. We're also be looking for feedback from you folks. So if you folks have topics that you want to addressed, or if you want to ask questions, that's going to be a huge part of this. So a couple of these podcasts, or maybe even most of the podcasts, I'm just going to take the questions. So if you have a question, put it in the comments below. If it's a bigger question, or if you actually want to order golf clubs, or how much does this cost, or whatever, you can also email. If that'll probably be too long to fit into the comments, you can email us at teeitup@maplehillgolf.com, and we'll answer any emails you send to us. Our team works Monday through Saturday, so that's the topics we're going to be covering. Like I swing real hard and I slice my driver. I need a stiffer shaft. Well, no, you don't. The stiffer the shaft is, the further right the golf ball goes if you're right-handed. So we're gonna discuss some of those things and try to help people understand a little bit better and kind of go through some what I would call semi-major topics, or at least things that affect a lot of people. But if people have a specific issue that's affecting them and them, I wouldn't say them only, because there's not too many issues that are just one person, unless the person has an ailment or something. If it's something that's pertinent to other people and it's a question we think should be answered, we'll get to it at some point in time. Might be next month, might be the month after, but we'll keep a list of the questions coming in through the comments, and we'll make sure we get to all of them at some point or another. And I'll make that my personal promise to you. Ask a question that is relevant to what's going on. I'm sure some of my buddies are going to be watching this and writing, kind of smart aleck comments on the bottom too. I'm not going to read off those ones. We'll just stick to golf and golf related questions. Or like some people say, like, what's the best time of the year to buy golf clubs? What's the best time of the year to get fitted? Do I need to get fitted? I just started in golf. How important is the fitting actually? What's the difference between this shaft and that shaft? Tell me about golf balls. How does golf balls work and all that? We'll get to all those fun things. And then we'll talk about junior golf and what's happening in golf. Like the Masters just wrapped up, right? A couple weeks ago. And in my opinion, one of the greatest Masters that we've watched in recent history. I'm not going to say the greatest. Everybody always wants to believe the most recent thing was the greatest thing that's ever happened. I don't believe that's true, but that was a really good one, especially for all the things Rory's overcome, calling off his divorce and just dealing with some personal issues, and then never winning the Masters before. He's kind of blown it twice. And now he's a little older, he's in his, I think he's 36. I think he is. So like that, I don't know. It was beautiful in my personal opinion. And he shot 73 and still won. He was the first guy to ever make 4 double bogeys and still win the Masters. Like, I was just glued to it, and I thought it was such a great story. And then see him hug his wife when he walks off the green, and then see Justin Rose's wife over by the clubhouse standing there hugging him, the lady with the big white hat. That was so nice. Like, and she was like, "I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you." Like, I think that's what sets golf apart from most other sports is that it's such a gentleman's game. And to see Justin Rose, who just lost a heartbreaking Masters like that, that's just absolutely heartbreaking. But it's a gentleman's sport. She's still happy for him. Justin Rose has won plenty of events and tournaments. Rose is even older. I think Rose is 44, I think it was, something like that. I remember looking it up, and those two numbers stick in my head. I might not be right, but just classy guys, classy sport. That event is incredible. Those greens are impossible. I've been to the Masters twice. I took my parents to the Masters the second time I went when Ping flew us down there. That was incredible. And then moving on, we'll have some of our fitters on here and talk about like some of the biggest problems they have when they're fitting someone, like or the biggest achievements that they've had. Like we've taken somebody from this to this, and we've had a guy in here that was even at like 78 years old that we fit, and we gained him 25 yards because what he was using was way wrong from what he should be using. So whoever's listening to this, young or old, male, female, right-handed, left-handed, the golf ball doesn't care how old you are. It doesn't care what you look like. It doesn't care about anything. You only swing on one club at a time, hitting the ball one swing at a time, and we're going to do our best to help you get that little white golf ball or yellow or striped or whatever you're playing now into that hole in as few swings as possible and kind of help you learn some things about golf. And we might even talk a little bit about life. I'm a pretty personable guy and pretty personal guy. People that know me, that I kind of wear my heart on my sleeve, and sometimes that doesn't serve me that well. Sometimes that kind of bites me a little bit, but live and learn. And I'd rather, do something than do nothing. And if we can help anybody, if they're going through something, whether it's sometimes your personal life affects your golf life, like all those things, there's a lot to it. It's more than just out there swinging a golf club. And it is the game of life. You can play it when you're 80, 85 years old. We used to say, what other sport can you do that with? And maybe now the answer is pickleball. Pickleball and golf, and I guess fishing. I guess if you call that a sport, it's kind of more leisure. But golf is just such a beautiful sport. And if you're cheating, you're just cheating yourself. And there's just so many fun things about it. And it can really get you a lot of places. It's gotten me a lot of places. So I'm just really excited to host this. And I'm happy that my staff had enough confidence in me to actually do this and make this kind of my own and kind of do it how I want. And I look forward to having my brother on here, and I look forward to having my dad on here and our fitters, and like I say, possibly some sales reps. And I really look forward to answering your comments or questions. So that's the basis of what this podcast is going to be about. Lots more to come. We've got lots of ideas, lots of things that we want to talk about and work on. And we're spitballing a whole bunch of different things because this is going to be really fun, and we're excited to do it. And I'm very excited to do it. I like hosting this. I like a half an hour sit down and just talk about what's on my mind or talk about what's on your mind and give you the straight truth about what's what. I don't know everything, but if I don't know the answer, I'll bring the expert on that does know, or I'll find out the answer and I'll read the answer to you from what they say. So I guess from the bottom of my heart, I thank you all for listening and watching. If you're watching this, if you're listening, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Each and every single person means something to us. There's nothing too big, nothing too small. Every little thing counts. We tell our staff that every day. Every little action, how you present yourself. I tell my kids that all the time. Like, it all matters. It all counts. So just do it right. And if all you do, my mom taught me when I was little, if all you ever do is tell the truth, you don't ever got to remember what you said, because there's only one truth. And thank God I had one of the world's greatest mothers. I still have her. She's actually doing wonderful. So maybe I'll have Nance on here at some point in time too. Who knows? So I guess from there, I'm just going to leave it to you folks. Leave some comments on there. Thank you for listening to this first one. If you got a longer question or you want to ask about how much are Strixon irons with this shaft, or how much can I get a Titleist GT driver with a Ventus shaft built in it? New coming out. I heard about this. I heard about that. whatever. We'll send us an email or put it in the comments, and we'll do our absolute best to get back to you. I don't know how many people are going to watch this, but if it's a super ton, it might take a little bit of time because we still just have Caitlin and Ethan and Jeff and a few other people helping out with this. So we don't have a 8-man staff that's going to be handling all these things. But every single one of you means something to us, so we're going to do our absolute best. So, and if you heard that, you listened all the way through this podcast. So thank you very much for listening to me sitting here and talking for a while. So I'll sign off with that. I appreciate you all. And until next time, BK signing off.